Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Crendor. What's up? It's been a while since the last WoW leveling, but you know what? We're back at it, and you know what? It's the Midsummer Fire Festival. It's actually already been happening a week. I've already missed out on a decent amount of the Fire Festival, so... normally I'll do like some Fire Festival every year with the WoW leveling series, and I feel like this year it can't be an exception. We gotta do some WoW leveling Midsummer Fire Festival style, so here we go. How's it going? How you doing? I was gonna say I haven't made one of these yet this year, but I did make one back in February. And speaking of Shatrath, I'm not used to flying here, because I've been playing Classic Burning Crusade, and I'm level 66 currently, so I'm not the fastest leveler, but I think everybody that's watched this series at some point has learned that. But you know what? Like I always said, it's about the journey. It's about, or wait, it's the journey, not the destination. That's the quote, right? That's the quote. Oh, wait, I don't want to do that. I just want to fire. Did I do it? Wait, I don't think that's the fire, or that's probably not a fire I can do. Let's just go to the normal fires and like the Azeroth ones. Okay. Orgrimmar. See, that's my big thing, is right, it's the journey. Like, it's all about the little adventures along the way. It's about, you know, all the little stories that happen. Because once you get to the end, you're there, right? And then it's like, well, what now? It's time to start another journey. There's always got to be a journey. Because if you're not on a journey, then what are you doing? You know? You know? I was actually talking to Nixium about that for a while. Speaking of journeys, because, you know, World of Warcraft is a journey in itself, right? You start at level 1, you progress, and you get to 60, and then you begin your journey of, like, fighting all the epic monsters and going outer space and fighting Arthas and all this stuff, but there's something to be said for going on this journey of, like, 1 to 60, because I think that's when I have the most fun, right? You're doing all these little quests in Durotar. You're, like, learning about the world. You're going to Tanaris. You're going to Feralis. You're going to, you know, not there, Hillsbrad, right? And I think Jesse talked about this a little bit when he was making a Final Fantasy vs. WoW video. And he's like, I just think the story's better because, like, in Classic WoW and all that, there really is no story. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There is a story. It's not an overarching story, really, but it's about the world, right? It's about Mancrick's wife. It's about the dude in the Durotar starting area that needs help with his boar farm. It's about getting cactus apples. It's about killing some kobolds in Elwyn Forest. It's about going to Mulgore and killing some of these quillboars because they're taking over the village, right? The story is the world. And you're going into that world and you're doing all these little stories within it. And to me, that's the most fun. That's what I love. That and then, oh my, they gave me like a little over a bar? Alright, we are definitely doing some Midsummer Fire Festival leveling. Let's go. Alright, to the Barrens. Where was I? Oh yeah, so... dude, it's hot in here too. The air conditioning isn't on. I'm just sweating. And instead of getting up and turning it on, I'm like, you know what? Just sweat it out. But yeah, it's, how did I even get here? Journeys. Oh yeah, real life journeys. I didn't even get to the point. So I was talking to Nixium, and he was kind of saying, like, you know what? Like, we're kind of on the same page, because, like, we both used to make WoW machinimas, right? And, you know, I'll look now and see a lot of people making new WoW machinimas and new WoW videos and all that. And I was talking to him like, you know what? We don't really have that same kind of spark as we used to. And why is that? And it's kind of like we've already been on that journey. You know what I mean? We've already gone on that journey. We reached the destination. And it's like, all right, well, let's move on to the next thing. And I very much kind of feel that way. And it's, you know, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'll go back, make a WoW machinima, that's fine. But I'd rather make pointless top 10s. Because it feels like I've already made a lot of my WoW machinimas back in the day, and it was just a different time period. On YouTube, in the world, just in general. And, times change, things change, people change. I mean, look at, just watch this WoW leveling series. Go back like 5 years ago and listen to me compared to now. Back then, I'm like, all right, everybody, we're going to over here. And now I'm like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Here we go. All right, there's a zebra, pretty neat. By the way, there's this Twitch channel that shows, like, it's called, like, a Wild Earth, and it shows a bunch of safari stuff. It's pretty neat. You can see, like, animals out in the wild. It reminded me of the Barrens, which, it's what the Barrens is based off of, so it makes sense. But yeah, it was just a fun little thing to watch. I don't know. But either way, it's kind of like you're constantly on these different journeys, right? Same with kind of Twitch. I really got into Twitch for a while. Like, back when Classic WoW Beta hit, like, I was going crazy on Twitch. I was streaming so much, even back in the PUBG days. And, it kind of felt like I peaked on Twitch. And it, not like, no, Crendor, you can do better, just keep trying. Like, it peaked to the point of, like, I didn't want to go any higher than that. You know what I mean? Like, once you pass a certain threshold of viewership, along with it comes just, like, crazy people being... It's like, I heard it described well, where they're like, the more viewership you have, you essentially become like a town, right? When you have a small viewership, it's like you're a little small town, and you got your little community, and you just have a nice time. When you grow bigger, then you become like a city, and you can't really keep account or track of all the people there, and it's like, there's a guy with a bucket on his head running around, swinging his dingle. There's a guy just yelling in the streets, being like, the world is ending. You get those people. And I just prefer the smaller community type thing. I always said that. I'd rather be a middle-of-the-pack type streamer, YouTuber, whatever, than, like, get as big as some of the people get on all the platforms. It's too much anxiety, man. There's too much stress, anxiety. Like, I'd rather just chill with, like, some cool people, like, a couple hundred, and be like, yo, what's going on? I don't know. So, that's kind of with Twitch. YouTube never really felt that way, but Twitch always kind of felt that way to me. So you might be like, all right, Crendor, what's your new journey? So I got a couple journeys I'm working on. One journey is, I still want to write my book. I really want to write the book, to the point where... every day, I've just been writing and reading. So every day, I'll at least read a couple pages of a book. Recently, I've been reading the Stormlight Archives by Bryan and Sanderson. I read Warbreaker, which was a very good book. I loved Warbreaker. It was one of my favorite books I ever read. And then Stormlight Archives, it started slow, and now it's starting to pick up. I'm like 170 pages in, and it's starting to, like, pick up now. I'm like, okay. All right, now I'm getting a little more interested. So everybody was like, just keep reading. It's going to get good. It's going to get good. So I see it. So I'm still going with that. I also don't know where this fire. Oh, I think it's down here. I would say my Warhammer channel, that's just more of a hobby thing. I'm not trying to, like, become the biggest Warhammer painter person ever. My biggest thing I want to do is just write a book. And I would say, and then I've been writing as well, which is the other thing. So, like, reading helps me learn about writing styles, essentially, right? And then, writing a little bit every day kind of gets you in the writing mood. It helps you brainstorm and helps you think. So, I don't even write on a specific topic. I'll just start writing. Like, it's just like, bop, sit down, write. So I'll just be like, necromancer living in the forest. A coffee cup gets lost in the woods. Like, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And then I take whatever that is, and it just stays in my little word pad, and I'm like, all right, neat. And it's just a way of kind of constantly writing and brainstorming and getting your brain in that creative writing mode. And sometimes you write something that feels like it could fit into your story. Like, sometimes I've wrote some cool stuff. I'm like, dude, this could definitely be in my book when I write it. So, it's just practice, and then eventually I will get to where I want to be in terms of writing. So that's what I've been doing there. What was the other thing? There's something else I was going to mention. Now I completely forgot it. Writing was probably the biggest one. YouTube, Twitch. I would like to get more YouTube stuff going. I say that all the time though, but like I'd really love to get more Pointless Top 10s going. I think Pointless Top 10s is probably my favorite series I've created. And there's a few reasons I like Pointless Top 10. Number one is that even if you don't play WoW, you can appreciate Pointless Top 10. Baron's Operative, I'm trying to... Thank you. Even if you don't play WoW, you don't have to play WoW to be like, you know what? Those are some pretty cool, floors in World of Warcraft, right? Or maybe you used to play WoW and you watch it and now you have a little more appreciation. Like, oh yeah, I remember questing there back in the day, or like it gives you a little nostalgia. But if you do play, then you'll be like, oh, maybe I'll go there, check it out. And it's a fun thing to create. And it also fills that creative void I have. So like, machinimas were a thing that helped fill my creative void of like, okay, I'm writing these little stories and all that. But I'd say Pointless Top 10 is like the next closest thing to that. So that's pretty nice. And then, my Warhammer channel. Even though it is kind of a hobby, I'm still just like growing it over there because I like Warhammer. It's another thing that fills like the creative void I have. But I guess my big thing is just trying to help people chill out and have less anxiety. That's kind of become my journey now, whether it's through like ASMR or just like chill streams or chill videos and stuff. Because as somebody who's always had anxiety, it's anxiety is not fun. Right? It can be debilitating, crippling. Some people don't even understand anxiety. Like when I would tell, like on Cox and Crendor, I like tell Jesse about it. He's like, I don't understand it. How can you have anxiety about anything? And I'm like, what? Some people just don't have it. Some people don't have it that bad. Some people don't get it. But trust me, I'm a very anxious person. And it may not seem like it because everyone's like, dude, it's Crendor, the chill guy. But oh my god. I've got some generalized anxiety, let me tell you what. So, anyway, I can help people kind of just chill out. I think that's kind of my main goal through online content creation. Plus just online content creation. I never know what to call it because I just hate the terms people use in general. But just, it's changed so much over the years, you know what I mean? But, I'm not going to complain about it, because that's not going to solve anything, it's not going to do anything. But, I can still try to do things that I want to do, and that's kind of what I want to do, is just make chill content for people to relax to. And that's what it really, really boils down to. Or just creative things I have fun making, so it's a nice combination of that. Yeah. Man, I'm all over the place today. That's what happens when I don't film one of these for like 4 months. Alright. I don't even know if there was one in Fair or Thousand Needles, but I'll get the one in Fairless. I think that's another reason I really enjoy Classic WoW, come to think of it, because it's a very slower paced game. In terms of leveling, I love Classic WoW leveling, because it's very slow paced, take your time. Sure, it's very grindy, but, there's still something to be said about just that slower paced RPG style game. I don't know. Because, now I'm level 33, I don't even know, like, the level scale, I forgot what it was, because, like, I know now, like, it's level 60 in retail, but if you're like level, I'm not even gonna try to math. Either way, we'll see how far I get. The thing is, like, I feel like I can never hit max level on this character. I feel like that's just, I can't do it. It would just defeat The whole point of this leveling series just continuing on forever. I'll get like 1 bar away from max and just be like, alright guys, well, I'll see you sometime. Some people would freak out, like, just get the bar. Alright, let's light this fire.
You wish to speak?
Woo, nice. So I don't know, that's kind of what I've been up to. That and just, you know, doing a lot of podcasts. I like podcasting, it's easy, it's chill. It's another thing that helps people chill out, because I always listen to podcasts or ASMR to fall asleep. So it's pretty nice. I've been having a lot of anxiety with falling asleep recently, but it's been better now. So that's another thing. Like, sleep anxiety and insomnia is the worst, dude. Like, you're just tired, you're laying there, you're like, here we go, time to sleep, and then you just can't fall asleep. Like, that's the actual worst feeling. You're just like, come on. Sleep! And you just can't. I hate it. And I don't understand how some people are just like, never have that, I just lay down and pass out. I'm like, what? I don't know. It is what it is. Then I also like making nostalgic content, if you couldn't tell. Like my MU Online nostalgia, like playing old games, like all the old rare games. So I think nostalgic content's also a very cozy thing, right? Like everybody's nostalgic about something, and then revisiting your past is, you know, you can't go back to the past, but you can get glimpses of that past. And, you know, there's something very, like I said, cozy or kind of satisfying about that, you know what I mean? Even this series in itself is kind of a nostalgic series. People have been watching this for years at this point. Oh, I think it's out here, that's right. Alright. There it is. Even the Midsummer Fire Festival, that's nostalgic in itself too. A lot of nostalgia. There's a quest guy. Alright, let's go down here and get this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Larry. Larry, we gotta get out of here. Wait, do I have health potion? Health potion? Uh-oh. Larry's dead. Run it out, run it out. We're good, we're safe, Run, 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 run. Don't turn. No turns, no turns, no turning. Okay, maybe a little turn. Okay, we're good. Larry, I'm sorry, we gotta revive you. Alright. Hey, I'm halfway to 34 now. That's pretty good. Oh my god, what the... Alright, we're good. Let's go ahead, mount back up. Fly up to Desolus. Yeah, it's, and I think a lot of this is just getting older, you know what I mean? Not to say I'm, quote, old, per se, right? But I think a lot of people, as you get older, it's just, you become more nostalgic about things, because you have more experiences to get nostalgic about. You know, you start getting more aches and pains, so that makes you kind of appreciate the past. Like, man, I remember when I was healthy and could do stuff, and then, you know, you get more anxieties, you get more just, just more problems in general. And so you kind of, when you're a kid, even like a teenager, or even your like early 20s, mid-20s, you're kind of like, yeah, you know, I can kind of do whatever. You know, you're still learning about yourself. You're still, I guess, learning about the world in general, you know. And as you get older, you kind of just, instead of learning about the world and yourself and everything, you kind of discover who you are. And you discover what the world is, and you kind of just look for comfort and things to take away your anxiety and your pain, you know, or to mask it. I don't know. That sounds a lot more depressing than what I'm like actually trying to say. It sounds like you just gotta mask the pain, bro. Just like, I'm not even saying that, you know, right? Like I'm not depressed or anything. I'm just saying it's life. You know what I mean? Like, And there's no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think a lot of it's just kind of figuring out like hobbies and different things to do and different ways to take your mind off just life in general. Because I mean, you can just nonstop worry forever, you know. You just keep worrying, and it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna do anything, but you just gotta learn to control it. Okay, so I gotta go down the old. I think it's Shadow Moon Village. Let's see. Desolous Fires. Image. Desolous. Wait. I see a fire in Desolous. I think there's one up there. Desolous Midsummer Fires? 17. 18. So I think there's one here, and then one up in Nigel's Point. I believe that's what they are. Alright. Alright, let's do that. Yoink. And we'll fly up there and get that one, and then I'm probably going to have to be done with this WoW leveling episode because I have to go play some Blood Bowl over on the Twitch stream. Speaking of stress and agony, Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl's still fun. I love Blood Bowl. It's a love-hate relationship. Let's go all the way up there. And get that. Alright. So I feel like there should be a common thing. What are some things you're learning about yourself as you get older? Like, do you have anxiety? Do you feel like you need hobbies? Do you feel like you're on a journey? Do you feel like you need to find a journey to go on? So, I mean, I don't even think this is new, right? This is, a lot of people have this in terms of, like, I guess, quote, midlife crises. I don't feel like I'm in a crisis or anything, but, like, some people, like, they do the same job for years, and, like, they're doing it, and then no matter what it is, maybe they work at a store, maybe they're a lawyer, maybe they run a restaurant, whatever it is, and then they hit a point where they're like, you know, I really want to do something else. And it's just kind of like they just want to go on a new journey. You feel like you've kind of done everything you wanted on that path, and you want to start down a new journey. So let me know in the comments below. I think that happens a lot with people that go to college as well. Like, you go to college, you get a degree, you start working, you're like, all right, here we go. And then after a while of doing it, you're like, is this it? Like, is this what I'm going to do forever? So I think that's, a lot of times that's where hobbies come in. Maybe you start painting, maybe you start drawing, maybe you start writing, maybe you start exercising, even just exercising and stuff. Like, for me, love going to the gym. To me, like, going to the gym is kind of like an RPG in a way. Like, I'm constantly improving myself, where I'm like, dude, I was lifting 20-pound weights, now I'm up to 25 on the bicep curls, let's go, right? It's like you're building up your strength points and everything. It's a very nerdy thing to bring up in terms of, like, working out is like a role-playing game. All right, let's go down here. And then we're gonna get this fire. Well, we're gonna put out this fire. All right, here we go. All right, complete. Nice. You know what? We got like a full half level from all that. That's pretty solid. And then I think next time, we'll just keep putting out more fires, keep getting some levels from doing that. So that sounds like a great idea. Larry? Any last thoughts? One thing I would really love to do is not be a raptor. I would love to be a rat mount. Alright, rat mount. Do you have any last thoughts? Squeak, squeak. It's the best rat mount you're gonna get.